Hello and welcome back to the channel. So in my last video I visited Europe's largest stone circle, Avebury in Wiltshire, England, and in this video I'm going to be taking a walk to Silbury Hill. So Silbury Hill is the largest earth mound in Europe as well, and contains the same volume of chalk and clay as the pyramids do. It's quite an impressive structure. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a walk down to Silbury Hill, and we're going to follow this ancient pathway of stones. So because these stones have been around for such a long time, a lot of them have been robbed by people using them to build houses or walls, or just robbed for religious reasons. So people believing in Christianity didn't want druids or pagan worship, so they got rid of the stones, or some of the stones. And what's been done is these small concrete obelisks have been put in their place as place markers to give you an impression of what the pathway would have looked like maybe sort of 2,500 years ago. Hello baby cows. They're definitely not as big as the cows that I have back in Sussex. I think it really puts into perspective when you see these stones in their own landscape. These were cut and placed 2,500 years ago, and what people today can say, what they're going to do today in their day-to-day life, is still going to be standing or in current use in 2,500 years. Absolutely astonishing to see these, and this would have taken substantial effort to move some of these stones. Some of them weighed up to 40 tons and had to be dragged approximately several miles from where they were quarried, and quarrying them is no easy thing either. So almost looks like you could climb on some of these stones, but I'm not going to do that just out of respect, because I've been here for 2,500 years. If I was to break one, not that I'm that heavy anyway. So let me know what you think the purpose of these standing stones are. My thinking, and I've done a little bit of research, and from what I can see, these stones were placed in specific points on the land where the people that placed them felt the energies flowed, and these energies can still be sensed to this day using dowsing rods. So that's probably how these small concrete ones have been placed, using a dowsing rod. So my understanding is that what these stones, the purpose of these stones is they're like an antenna. So what they do is they take these earth energies and they radiate them into the area around. So take them out of the ground and send them up into the air. And these energies are supposedly healing. Whether that's the purpose of them, or whether it's just to basically make almost like we do today with these tall towers with cables on, getting electricity across the countryside. This is what the ancients believed they were doing by aligning all of these stones along these pathways. And there it is. Interesting to see it from this perspective. You often see pictures of this, and just looking at it in its current perspective, you can see, like Avebury, that it's in a dimple, in a dip. You've got these much bigger hills surrounding it, and then There it is, sitting in a valley, and we're probably actually higher than it is from this perspective. Interesting. Interesting. It unlike some of the hill forts that we get, they're easily seen from a distance, but you have to be right next to this to see this monument. And a bit like the pyramids, I mean, there's some dedication to pile that much chalk up. I'm stunned by the effort that's gone into this monument. This is generational amounts of work that's gone into this. I believe that that this was a floodplain previously around it, so it would have looked like an island, and this bit coming off here would have been a causeway. Obviously, as the weather and the climate has changed, it's not quite as wet now. I'm pretty sure I've been past here in the winter and have seen it flooding down there, so probably in winter times it still becomes an island. But not going to be a fortification, this one, I can imagine, because there's much better hills around here you could fortify. If you were using this as a place of safety in a dip, everyone around you can see you and they can just wait you out. You're going to run out of food and supplies eventually, so pretty useless as a fort. So yeah, I can, in my opinion, this obviously is, and we'll never know. We don't know who made it and why they made it. What we do know is it's truly impressive. Largest earth mound in Europe, and it would have been bigger than this as well. It's obviously eroded over time, so in its prime that would have been, and if it didn't have the grass on it and it was just stripped chalk, would be stunning to see, wouldn't it? So still stunning as it stands today. So this riverbed is all dried up, but with it dried up you can see it is intentionally made. So all these stones have been laid down, I'm guessing to stop the erosion of it. Either that, or this is a much older pathway that's turned into a river or a sunken path. But yeah, interesting to see it. And wow, look at that fungus. So I hope you're going to be able to hear me, but unfortunately I've got to stand right next to an extremely busy road, a bit like Avebury Ring. They obviously decided to build a road right next to a scheduled monument. However, the scheduled monument is too dangerous to climb, so unfortunately I'm not going to be able to climb Silbury Hill, not legally anyway. Looks like people have been climbing it, because you can see their wear marks in the grass. But yeah, there's lots of people around, and if you have a look across here, we have got lots of houses overlooking this. you get spotted up there, gonna have the police called on you, and last thing we need to see is me getting arrested on YouTube. So yeah, sad. If you've ever seen the film Wall-E, you'll see what becomes of the human race, and the people that built this weren't worried about it being too steep and too slippery. Yet today's people can't handle climbing up a hill. So sorry if that offends people, but this channel is about getting out and exploring, and not being able to climb it really does suck. So I'm sure in other parts of the world we don't get people not being able to walk up a hill, especially one which our ancestors probably spent generations building. So if you could like and subscribe this video, it will help me to share more content. For our Irish viewers like Phil and Keely, this mound has got lots of hawthorn around it, and the Irish knows what that means.